Hello everyone, welcome to Science and Tech series with Dr. Ved Rana. Hope all of you are doing well and your preparation is going in full swing for upcoming prelims, because make sure you are not complacent with recent postponing of HCS prelims. Hopefully UPSC prelims should be conducted timely if all goes well. So topic for today's discussion is from nuclear energy. While discussing this theme in class lectures, we had emphasized that different forms of isotopes of uranium are explored as a potential nuclear fuel. Even though plutonium continues to be the ideal nuclear fuel available because of its high breeding ratio, by which it goes nuclear fission reaction, comparatively less xenon and more energy released per unit mass. Topic for today's discussion is on similar lines, because there is a discovery which is creating lot of buzz for nuclear energy. There is a new isotope of uranium which has been discovered, which is being described as uranium-214, because in natural uranium we all know is uranium-238, and in our class lectures we have seen that uranium-235 is enriched uranium and thorium derived uranium is uranium-233, and these digits like 233, 238, 235 or the current one which we are decoding 214 signify mass number. Mass number is sum of protons and neutrons, whereas the atomic number is number of protons or electrons. Because when you are decoding this topic, make sure you brush up your knowledge related to the basic chemistry theme of what exactly are isotopes, what is an atomic number, what is mass number. Only then you will be able to grasp the current theme of uranium-214. Now, in case you have not attended lectures, I am just brushing it up quickly for you. Uranium has atomic number of 92, which signifies that it has 92 protons and 92 electrons, because in the model we see that there is a nucleon in which there are protons and neutrons, and in orbits there are electrons which revolve around them. So this atomic number is number of protons. The mass number is protons and neutrons, and here you have to understand, when you have the same atomic number but different mass number, such elements are clubbed under the theme of isotopes. So don't make sure you don't get confused with the term isobars. In isobars there is opposite. They have the same, you could say, the mass number but different atomic number. Like the calcium and argon could be described as isobars, whereas the isotopes of hydrogen, protium, deuterium, tritium, or you could say the carbon C612 or C614, these are the isotopes. Because whenever such theme is in news, they might just ask you about the basics, because 214 is now the lightest ever uranium isotope to be discovered. Earlier there was uranium 216 and 218. Because the magical number in terms of neutron is considered as 126, because any element having more number of neutrons than protons and are fulfilling that condition, they go radioactive decay and they are able to produce the nuclear energy. So first of all, let's go back to our current affair, which is the organization which is behind the discovery. So we have seen China is progressing as a science and tech powerhouse in almost all fields, right from the supercomputers, right from the missiles, as well as the quantum, you could say, communications. China is leaving its imprint. So once again, this discovery is related to China. There is a heavy ion research institute in Lanzhou in China, where this breakthrough has been achieved. So we congratulate the team for achieving this new breakthrough, because it opens new frontiers in nuclear energy and some new dimensions related to the, you could say, alpha decay are also to be decoded through this one. And it's created by, there was an experiment in which they bombarded, you could say, the argon with the tungsten, and you could say gas field separator, recoil separator, and protons and neutrons were fixed to form this new element, uranium-214. Because in uranium-214, the number of protons you needed to achieve was 92, and number of neutrons, when you subtract from this mass number, you will get number of neutrons. So in newspapers as well, they have specifically highlighted this point that it has 122 neutrons. So in a way, we can say it has 30 more neutrons than number of protons. So this is what the theme is. Now the half-life, surprisingly, we have seen generally the half-life of such elements radioactive are in millions or billions of years. But this one has a very short half-life of just 5.52 milliseconds. So this is a new achievement, because all other radioactive elements have comparatively higher half-lives. Half-life, in simple terms, we can say the time taken by the element to disintegrate. So this is through which, if you have followed the C14 dating in class lecture, we had highlighted how carbon reduces to half its form in specific amount, which happens to be 5700 years. Now overall, this discovery is being celebrated in science and tech world because first and foremost it is a new isotope which has been prepared artificially once again, which might undergo fission and be one of the solutions for generating nuclear energy in controlled reaction. And secondly, it gives some new insights about the release of alpha particles. Alpha particles during radioactive reactions, we have seen that they are emitted. There is loss of 2 protons and 2 neutrons. That what alpha particle is. So even though we know about their properties, still there is some missing link that we are not able to predict how are they actually produced in the reactions. So such reactions, when they are carried out, they give some new insight. So make sure you also revise the radioactive decay of alpha particles while preparing this theme as well. So and some additional topics which have to be prepared while preparing this topic. You have to just go through the list of various isotopes, like what are their properties as well. Like uranium, if we say natural uranium, it is the most common and abundant form of uranium. Almost 99.3% of uranium which is mined, it happens to be natural uranium. But natural uranium is a poor nuclear fuel. It does not readily undergoes nuclear fission. It only undergoes nuclear fission when it is bombarded by a fast moving neutron. So it's not the preferred choice for carrying out a controlled nuclear fission for commercial energy production. Whereas enriched uranium, even though it's of just 0.7%, we use it as a nuclear fuel because it readily undergoes nuclear fission when bombarded by a slow moving neutron. And most of the you could say the reactors rely on these fuels. And thorium derived uranium is in research stage. We have Kamini reactor and also the Purnima reactor in India, which are researching to make it the functional reactor, because the breeder reactor technology is critical for India, because India happens to have the largest reserve of thorium derived uranium. Once it is operationalized, the energy dynamics would change entirely. So make sure while preparing for uranium-214, you go to prepare these 3 themes comprehensively. And there is a standard question which is always asked from thorium derived uranium, which is the area of India where maximum thorium deposits are found. Yes, it's monazite sand of Kerala. So that happens to be the reason why India is adamant on pursuing. This signifies the 3rd stage of India's nuclear development. So once this uranium-214 is researched further, some other countries also might consider it for exploring it in the similar dimension. For this time, we can say it's a new discovery and it opens floodgates for some more scientific research in this similar domain. So I hope you get a clarity what uranium-214 is, where it has been discovered, what is the significance of this discovery, and more importantly, the conventional part I have tried to explain for you, and also the concept of isotopes, isobars as well, because these are some of the associated topics which can be asked. Even though the general science part has been ignored in the recent UPSC prelims examination, but nevertheless nuclear energy is part of science and tech, so it continues to be asked in various examinations. So make sure you don't take this part for granted, and in case even if you don't have a background in this theme, you should make a sincere effort to at least go through what exactly isotopes are, what are the fuels used in nuclear reaction, because at IR level also we have seen that Iran is threatening to enrich its uranium at Natanz and Fordo plant to almost 60%. Generally, permissible limit of enrichment is low enriched uranium, which is less than 5%. Highly enriched uranium over more than 90% leads to atom bomb creation. So these themes are in news, and the recent discovery will only once again there is a possibility that this theme can be asked in examination. So if you have any specific doubt which have not been addressed in this specific lecture due to technical nature, you can ask them in comment section. We will try to simplify it for you. I hope this session was useful in some way. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.